So we have a new feature on BetAngel that people have been talking about, and it's caught the attention whenever I've posted images or results from it on social media. And this feature is designed specifically to help you if you're betting or trading on football. It will allow you to get a deeper look at the market and make much better decisions. So what is this feature? How does it work? And more importantly, how do you get it on BetAngel? That's what I'm going to show you in this video. If you're interested in learning to use BetAngel, head on over to our website where you can download a free trial. If you're interested in learning how to use it, then head over to the BetAngel Academy where you can do exactly that. And if you want to talk to like-minded people, then head on over to our forum. So if you followed me for a while, you'll know that one of my areas of expertise is football matches. I started analysing and predicting the outcome of football matches 40 years ago, and it's been a passion of mine for a large number of years. And you've probably seen videos where I've talked about how to analyse football matches and the sort of things that you should be looking for. When you look at most football matches, really it comes down to how many goals are going to be scored and who is going to score them. And for that reason, I've often posted up goal ratings where I've basically ranked matches according to how many goals are expected in a match. And then you can sort of see matches with the high number of expected goals and those with a low number of expected goals. And when you're betting and trading, this is important because fairly obviously, a strategy that works in a market that has a low number of goals isn't going to work in one that has a high number of goals and vice versa. So it's important to identify specifically the matches where this sort of thing is going to occur. And you'll be pleased to know that we've actually put this bit of maths, this bit of magic inside BetAngel now. So instead of having to do any complicated projections or predictions, you can actually go in to BetAngel, fire up all of the necessary bits and bobs, and there they will all be listed for you immediately in front of your own eyes. And that will allow you to target specific strategies at specific areas of the market, because as you know, for every strategy there's a market and every market a strategy. And now you can line up all of these matches, have a look at what is available and tailor your betting or trading strategy directly on to the right sort of matches. So how do you do it? Well, let's have a look at how we can set that up within BetAngel. So if you're on version 161 of BetAngel or above, there's something clever that you can do on football markets, and the clever thing that you can do is what you can see in front of you here, because what we actually have is we have Guardian loaded up, and you can actually see that we've got the matches that are starting today, the times that they're starting, but the number of goals that the market is discounting into each of these matches. And the benefit of doing this is if you have a strategy that revolves around goals, which could be over and under markets, or even the draw, because a lower number of goals means a shorter draw price, then this will allow you to quickly sort all of the matches according to the number of predicted goals that the market is giving. So you can see here I've sorted, and we can sort it in any direction we want. We can do it by name, by start time, however you want to do it, but I've sorted it by goals. You can see that the match that's expected to have the most number of goals is at the top of this list, and the match that is expected to have the least number of goals at the bottom. And we've done this in a clever number of ways. If you've seen the dedicated football product within BetAngel, you'll know that this information is sort of derived from that. But what I want to show you in this video is basically some of the details as to how I've set this up within BetAngel. So in order to set this up in BetAngel, you need to bring the markets in to Guardian, and the markets that we're most interested in are the correct score markets. So you can see here that I've got this filter set up already. If you're not familiar with filters, you should use them because they just help you get all the information that you need as quickly as possible into BetAngel. And if you click on the drop-down list here, you'll get a list of all different filters. If you go onto the forum, we have a load of pre-prepared filters for you that you can import. So if I click on this button here, this will show us the filter. And you can see if we click on here, we can import a filter as well. So you can basically bring in as many filters as you like. And the concept behind a filter is that it will allow you, if I just move this over into the center here somewhere, a filter will allow you to bring in all of the information that you require, and in a format that you require as well. So you can see here I've actually created 3 filter sets, one dedicated to the German Bundesliga, one to European competition, and then one is others. But you can basically see how, what I've said to it here is I've said, find Spanish La Liga or English Premier League and not under 21s, or Italian Serie A, the Europa League, English Championship, Champions League. It's basically, these are the criteria, the filters that we're using to basically bring this information in to BetAngel. I've filtered the markets by market type, and what I'm looking for in this particular market is basically correct scores. So when we actually go, I just need to find C, there you go, you can see I've selected correct score. Then you can filter by volume and whether the match is in play, whether it's going to turn in play, you can basically do any number of things. There's no need to talk you through all of these individual details. You can even alter the way that it's displayed, and you'll get a preview so that you can actually see what's coming out at the other end, so that you can fiddle with this criteria before you create the filter. And then you save the filter, and then you'll be able to list all of your individual filters on the drop down menu. So that's how we identify the markets that we want to bring in to BetAngel. And each of these markets here, if I just delete all of these within Guardian, all of these markets will appear over here. And then if you basically do a right click, select all markets, and then drag and drop them, they will appear within Guardian. So you can see when I did it on this occasion, you can see there are no goals forecasts in here at all, and that is because we're using a little piece of automation to pull that data in. So if we go to automation, you can see I've created a file called predicted goals, and if I edit this rules file, you'll see basically what I've done. Again, we'll center this. The rule is really simple. I've just called it get data. It sets or modifies a stored value. It's always armed, and basically I've asked it to store a value for me. And if we go in and look what value I've asked it to store, I've said store a value called goals for the market. And in the drop-down menu, you get the option to select a billion different things. And the item that we've added to this menu is the predicted goals for the match. So you can see there that we've actually added that in via the automation. You can set it via a stored value. And then when you've created that piece of automation, I've called this predicted goals. Now again, if you want to go through this process, we've given you some examples on the forum, so if you want to download and use those items, you can do so, and away you go from there. But you'll also see that the Guardian looks different as well, because it says the start time, the markets, goals, and all of this sort of stuff. Again, this is something you can modify through BetAngel. So you can see the layout that I'm using here is football and football ratings. Again, examples on the forum, but you can basically display it any way that you like. So now that we've got the display looking the way that we like, and we've created the automation, all we need to do is apply that automation to all the markets, and when I hit apply, you'll see up they come. And we're applying the automation predicted goals. You can see the number of goals because we've sorted from the most to the least, and BetAngel has populated all of those markets with the predicted goals. And we sort of know that the market is reasonably accurate in terms of the way that it does predict things. So what this is doing for you is this is saying, if you're using a strategy, it's more likely to work on these markets and not so much on these. And it's not saying this is how many goals are going to be scored. This is telling you that according to the market played out over a large number of matches, this is the average number of goals that would be scored in this match. And if you disagree with it, then you can bet or trade against it. Or you can use it to supplement the strategy that you've got, because if you're applying a strategy randomly across all of these markets, you're going to get random results. But if you top slice it and you sort of say, I'm only going to put this strategy into markets that have 3 goals or more, that's going to work much, much better, because you should use different strategies according to what you expect to happen. And this is basically what the market expects to happen within these matches. But this is a feature that we've introduced in BetAngel version 161. So that's how you set up the goal ratings. I suggest you go over to the forum where we've got some examples of these in use as well. Things whereby if the number of forecasted goals is pretty high and it's still 0-0 at half time, then take action on it at half time. We've got that sort of automation set up for you so that you can download and have a play with it as well. But also don't forget that you can modify and amend these and use them however you wish, and if you want to, you can even take those values and incorporate them within a strategy itself, so that BetAngel can pick and choose matches completely automatically. There's literally no limit to what you can sort of do when you're looking at using this sort of stuff with automation. There's plenty of options available for you. Now I hear some of you will say, well, how accurate is this? Well, we're only just at the start of the season, and already with the small number of matches that we've had already, it's only 0.07. That's what I had to remember, less than a tenth of a goal out basically on the ratings that it's provided so far, and that will improve as the season goes on. And it's a clever little way of looking at football markets. It's something that I do all of the time. I don't go in and apply a blanket strategy to all matches. I profile all of the matches, decide what strategy I want to use, and then join them up. So some strategies will work well in some markets and some not in others, and that's one of the key components of what I do when I actually actively bet and trade on football. So there you go, you have all of that information and knowledge and years of experience right in front of you on BetAngel.